First Corinthians 10:31 says, "Therefore, whether you eat, drink, or whatever you do all things for the glory of God." Technology is everywhere in our homes, and not just your iPhone, iPads, and laptops, but the appliances in your kitchen, your Ring doorbell, your television, the GPS in your car, the video games your children love to play. Yes, technology has made our lives easier. However, technology needs to be kept in its proper place. And doing that's not going to be easy. Parents will have to be committed to making some hard choices regarding their children's iPhone and video games and so on. The proper place for technology won't be the same for every family, and it's going to be different as your children get older and mature than it was when they were younger. My point is, there's not a simple formula to follow. Parents are going to have to be very discerning in the different stages of their child's life. But one thing is for sure, if parents do nothing, technology may take over your family life in some very negative ways. As I said, technology is good when it's kept in its proper place. For example, it's good and in its proper place when it brings family and friends closer together. But it's not in its proper place when you end up bonding with someone that lives far away, a sports figure, movie star, singer, or some other person you'll never meet. Technology is in its proper place when it's a conversation starter. On the other hand, it's not in its proper place when people are staring at a screen and families don't talk and listen to one another. It's in its proper place when it helps people acquire skills. You can go online and learn how to sharpen a lawnmower blade, play a musical instrument, or even get a degree from a college or university. But it's not in its proper place when people are just passively scrolling through social media sites. Technology is in its proper place when children can see and learn about the natural world that God has created. For example, how penguins live, how a caterpillar turns into a beautiful butterfly. It's not in its proper place when it keeps people from engaging in the natural world. They're fixated to a screen. They're not outside playing baseball and running and riding their bike or playing in the woods. Yes, technology is good when it's kept in its proper place. But remember, technology will not stay in its proper place. You're going to have to guard your family life or it will sneak right back in. It's harder to keep it where it belongs. And it's even more difficult when mom and dad are glued to their own screens, when the entire family is habituated to their iPhone. Again, I'm not saying that we should deny the real benefits of technology. It's great. It's great. And we don't have to get rid of these devices that we have. But we do need to work hard and not let these things take over our lives. We need to recommit ourselves to what family and life is all about. And it has nothing to do with the devices that we buy. But it does have a lot to do with the choices that we make. Choices that, unfortunately, our smart televisions and phones often make more difficult. They prod and nudge us to make choices that compete with family life. Every alert you get on your phone is a nudge. And that little nudge makes it easier for you to disengage from your family and give all your attention to a screen. God expects us to make righteous choices. The good news is we can. It is possible to own and use a phone, send and receive text messages, and create a Facebook page, and still make choices that keep technology from taking over your life. Even when everything around us is prodding, pushing, and nudging us in the wrong direction, we can develop the strength to discipline ourselves and make good choices. The most important choices we can make in our lives are not about specific things, but about patterns and habits. You see, God made us with the capacity to form habits. Our discipline or undisciplined relationship to our phones and other devices will be determined by our habit. Habits are formed through practice. As we practice, we become tethered and bound to our phones. Technology does make life easier, but if you're not careful, it can make it more difficult. While it can bring people together, nevertheless, when family members spend their evenings fixated to a screen, it can push them apart. And because technology makes our lives easier, we're not motivated to discipline ourselves. However, convenience should not be what motivates us. The Apostle Paul wrote over in 1 Timothy 4:7, discipline yourself for the purpose of godliness. Godliness, Christ-likeness, should be our motivation and incentive. You can choose a better life for yourself and your family, but you're going to have to discipline yourself and teach your children to discipline themselves. You're going to have to limit the nudges or temptations in your family's daily life. And that means making some hard choices. Choices that limit phones and laptops and the rest of those devices that we use. Our homes are meant to be places where the best things in life happen. 1 Corinthians 10:31. Therefore, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do all things for the glory of God. Thanks for watching.